Dumb knittage. This motherfucker be sold out by the time I get up off of here. Woo! King thread. Y'all come on in here with the dribble lord. Good morning, everybody. My notes from last night. I did an interview about the CBD business, CBD industry. Gave y'all some insight on what exactly that is. Primarily derived from the hemp plant. Pee Wee, what's going on? Y'all come on here. It's thunder sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Oh, these carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. Good morning, everybody. It's magic. He said it's sad that they go after the weak. I'm gonna wait for more of y'all to come in here, man. We're gonna have a party this morning. Yeah, knittage. Go to the website, therealdribble.com. Woo-wee. Looking real regal this morning. Top of the dribble from LA. Y'all up, huh? He said, why do you assume he's weak? Are you new here or something like that? Are you new here or something like that? He said he's not a street guy. Oh, okay. Shout out to the UK. Got a big fan base over there, man. They buy a lot of merch, a lot of fucking vinyl and shit. Killeen, Texas. Good morning. As y'all come in, y'all hit the like button, shit, so we can get these notifications out. Wake everybody up. From upstate to you. I hope y'all enjoyed the interview that I uploaded with Jamal Saw last night. He said a lot of street guys this week. That's why cousins get involved. If Jim Jones got a cousin that's capable of running around punching niggas, he got a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to do. Jim, we're not gonna stand for you to get aggressive with D1. D1 is an activist. D1 is here to save the children and shit. And he's proven this through his acts and shit like that. You are the Antichrist. You want to continue with this nigga shit. You want to continue with this gang and destruction shit. But let's talk about your cousin first. This, known for punching niggas in the mouth. First off, we don't believe you. We don't believe you because you've been through a lot of shit, man. I'm pretty sure you would have called your cousin into action. I know you would have called him into action a long time ago. Let's start off with the situation with Radames. Let's start off with the situation with Radames. Your DVD history, for a couple of, probably almost a year, a little bit over a year, you were on the run. You were on the run from True Life, man. He was on your ass and shit. He was running around showing off your jewelry, eating cereal and shit with it, and things of that nature. Somebody hopped in my comments this morning and said, "Well, he didn't take it from Jim." It don't matter who he took it from. It belonged to him. If you take my chain from my little cousin, my brother, you took my fucking chain. Period. Niggas be always quick to try to repair these niggas' reputations and shit like that. Like, that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. The gangster shit, man, we not buying that from you, Jim, because you always got to go call somebody. You do. You called your Goonies on me at Chungking Studio many, many years ago. That's what you do. You like to call niggas. But your cousin, he ain't gonna do shit to D1, my nigga. Your cousin didn't do nothing to Peanut, Ivory Peanut Davis. You needed the murder unit. Your cousin wasn't around to protect you from raw digs. You ran up out the building when the DJ said your name. You got the Junior Mafia incident. You fought them back. We give your props for that. You fought them niggas back, but then you got JoJo Capone. I wouldn't have never even got into it with JoJo had you had handled that shit the right way. You know what I'm saying? JoJo felt he was like a tornado after he ran through y'all. Thought he could just do that to anybody. And then it's the fact that Cameron had you crying and shit. I've always spoken about liking you and your music on this platform, but you ain't gonna do this sucker shit. You're not gonna flare up. You're not gonna flare up on D1. You didn't flare up on Gangsta Lou, my nigga. You didn't. You didn't. You still representing Nine Trey and shit like that. Got nothing against them niggas. I got friends that's a part of that Nine Trey thing, but remember what happened with 6ix9ine. Them was your buddies that 6ix9ine ran into a brick wall. Them was your buddies. Them was niggas that you probably would be calling your little cousins and shit. You wasn't taking care of them correctly. You're not obligated to. Now let's talk about the Outpost situation. Same day I met Outpost, you met him. Exact same day. You met him within like 10 minutes after me and shit, because he called me and told me. He walked up to you and shook your hand. You shook his hand too. You said, on the ghost of Rich Porter, would have said Poe, but we all know he was snitching. You said something like that. That was your opinion, but when he walked up on you and extended his hand, you shook his hand. And he said, I got a lot of respect for you. This is what Alpo said to you. He said, I got a lot of respect for you. And in turn, you told him, I have a lot of respect for you too. That's how that went, if anybody want to know how it really went. But you're not going to do anything to D1. Nobody's going to accept that, man. Like, D1 is thorough. You fuck with Mano. Mano is a fucking chain thief. I'm the one that busted him with that chain and shit. Me. Pilford, I started that shit. I'm the one that busted him. I sent that shit to Troy Ave. You roll with that bum ass nigga. He's not thorough. He's not thorough. He don't do anything to build on in this world. He don't do nothing but put out terrible songs. He put out terrible songs, man. And let's just call him what he is. Mano is a local rapper, yo. He's a local Brooklyn rapper. You tried to put that down. You tried to put that down on us. Same thing gonna happen with Bird Gang 2.0 or whatever the fuck this experiment that you claim to be coming out. We not buying that shit, man. Pretending to be tough is corny. It's corny. People get killed because of them type of niggas. They do. They do, they do, they do. True Life was running around in Harlem and in Manhattan eating cereal with champagne, addressing you by name and showing off your jewelry and shit. Remember that? That one eye Willie piece? Took that from you. Pardon me. Yeah, he took that from you. And you might say, well, he didn't get it. He took it was yours. He took it. You never got it back. You dig? The Junior Mafia situation, I always felt that he stood in there and rumbled. He probably didn't have any other alternative but to stand in there and rip. But corny shit, man. Spare us of the corny shit. Period. Like D1 is positive. Everything about him is bright. Y'all ever notice how when D1 come on the screen and start speaking, you become illuminated like you standing in the sun? Have y'all peeped that? He got that type of presence when a nigga get on and start speaking and shit. He light up a room. The illumination. Have y'all seen that from D1? Do y'all get that from him? That's the power of information. That's the power of information. At no time did he come off square and become ignorant with these niggas. At no time. As a matter of fact, he told Rick Ross he loves him. Yeah. Yeah. So nah, we not gonna stand for the your cousin punching on anybody, man. Where was your cousin when Mendici was on your ass about homegirl? Where was your cousin at then? Where was your cousin at when Mendici was on your ass? You got a lot of fucking problems. You got a lot of fucking nerve even trying to pull that type of card, fam. When like your name and history is known for paying for security and shit like that. That's crazy. My man said New York City rap has been mad embarrassing lately. Let's just stick to the facts. Hassan Campbell opens fire on Jim. He opens fire on Jim Jones and Mano whenever he fucking get ready. Whenever he get ready. He's never said he was gonna have his cousin punch Hassan in the mouth. He didn't. He didn't. He never said that. He never said he was gonna sick his cousin on anybody. Ever. Except for an activist. Hey yo. He's never threatened to get his little cousin on anybody except for activists. That's crazy as a motherfucker. You had some problems with BMF too. They was like kind of like chasing you niggas and shit, right? Right? But out of all people that you want some get back for, it's D1. Terrible. Terrible. The chat says that's the power of God's light and righteousness for the boy D1. That's what we feel when he speak. He got an uphill fight. He got an uphill fight because, like all teachers, you're gonna have to deal with the 85er. Jim Jones is a fucking 85er. He is. He's a fucking 85er. This is how you know he's an 85er. Jim Jones went in a booth and called Minister Farrakhan's first Million Man March in 1995. Remember Farrakhan had the fake Million Man? Why the fuck would you say some shit like that? Why would you say some shit like that? Being out of touch. Being out of touch. See, I'm going to go a little further. I don't know who raised you. I don't know who raised you, but I believe you mixed with something. You nigga and something else. I don't know what it is and shit, but black people don't be fucking with Farrakhan like that, man. What's wrong with you? They didn't tell you? Nobody told you? Before you did that goofy shit? Didn't you hear Chuck D? I'm talking about Farrakhan. Don't tell me that you understand until you hear the man. Did you miss that? You missed that one, huh? It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, man. You don't know your history. You don't know your history. Anyway, you don't have to, of course, you don't have to, of course, go and sit down with D1 and shit like that. I think D1 would probably be dumbing himself down speaking to you and shit. You gonna come up, you gonna show up with some sunglasses on, ain't no sunshine, and just a bunch of goofy extra shit. And yeah, just based on your history, pimp, and we like you. We like your music. We always did. Based on your history, we not buying that shit from your cousin. Your cousin ain't gonna do shit to D1. Your cousin need to go get with True Life and Jojo Capone and a few other people before he decides that he want to get with an activist because them niggas took property from you. They took property from you. Jojo took something from you too. He did. Didn't Jojo take something from you too? Bluffed you and shit. Thought that nigga was Larry Hoover. Chicago nigga came to New York. Nigga was talking that gang shit. Spooked the fuck out of y'all, man. Straight up. He said he's scared to respond to Hassan. Now he act like Hassan don't even exist. JoJo roughed him up and took a pinky ring from him. What was little cuz? What was little cuz, man, when your pinky ring got pilfered? What was little cuz when your chain got pilfered? Man, you been needed your cousin. Cuz, where you at? You been needed your cousin, my nigga. Straight up. As a matter of fact, if your cousin was like that, you wouldn't have needed them niggas from Brooklyn. You wouldn't have needed them niggas from Brooklyn. Harv and Mel Murder and all of them niggas. The dark side. Them Brooklyn niggas, you wouldn't have needed them niggas if your cousin was like that. You wouldn't have. Straight up. Hmm. Now we want to know who Cuz is. We want to know who Cuz is because Cuz got work to do. He do. Y'all down a few points, my nigga. Y'all down a few points. And yeah, we know you're sick people on niggas. You sicked your goonies on me at Chung King Studio about 15 years ago. Told them niggas to take the tape from my camera. They ain't get my tape. Told them niggas, you ain't getting this tape. I'll erase if I recorded something that you don't approve of. I'll erase it. You ain't getting this motherfucking tape. But that's what you do. You sick niggas on people and shit. Mm-hmm. Real dudes always act tough. Real dudes don't even carry it like that. He said, dude always acts tough guy. He said, it sounds like you hate Jim Jones. If you've ever listened to my platform, you know that I don't. I was furious when they went up there and threw that battle in Madison Square Garden. Them niggas threw the fight. My highest grossing video monetarily was the coverage of Dipset and D Block. Them niggas went up there and threw the fight, man. Straight up. So, I speak about the ghost of Rich Porter all the time. I chose Jim. I awarded Jim victory. I awarded him victory over Pusha T. Pusha still ain't got with Jim. Pusha still ain't checked Jim. Jim got away with that. I was on Jim's side. Now I'm not on his side because he's wrong. Jimmy a blood that needs his cuz. Jimmy a blood that need his cuz. Hey yo, the irony. Jim, man, be cool, man. Be cool. Be cool. You see Boosie talking about frats on the Breakfast Club. When was he talking about frats? I need a timeline. Ford Fairlane in the building. Good morning. Jim got out on Pusha T. He won that. He said, Gully with the shits this morning. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. We just checking the scoreboard. Jimmy's cousin he got to go around the room and punch everybody if he plan on punching D1. That's equality. If he plan on punching D1, punch every motherfucking body. Big Miz said, what was his cousin when Mendici beat him under a car? According to Cameron. A blood that need his cuz. I don't know which one of my chatters coined that, but that's gonna go viral. That's gonna go viral. He said the Kappas press Bootsy. Here he is, ignorant, then put on a garment with some of their vowels on it or whatever. Yeah, some of their motherfucking logos and shit on it. He don't know. He just think it's a nice shirt. Oh, ignorant ass nigga. Niggas tell him, you gotta take that shit off, man. What the fuck? I love that you helping the homie D1. It warms my heart. It's the truth. Somebody needed to say it. No other platform. No other platform. Check the scoreboard. Dirty Rat said it. I feel like Sway should have curved that better. Judging how supportive he was when D1 was there. I know it's his job, but that made me uncomfortable. Sway could have said, no, 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 chill out. Ain't nobody gonna punch D1. Da, 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 da. He could have. That's called running your platform and shit. That do sound like some schoolyard shit. I'm going to get my cousin. I'm going to get my cousin. He said, these kids don't even listen to Jim and Ross. Shit. I listen to Jim and I listen to Rick Ross. I don't follow all of Jim's projects, but the singles that he put out, the videos and shit that he put out, if it's a visual, it's more than likely going to be appealing to me. Shit. Legend has it that Sheik Ali made Jimmy take his shahada after he threatened to smack Nas Kufi off. I believe Jim grew up eating a lot of pork and shit. Jim probably still eat pork. Y'all think Jim eat pork? Just on his conduct tells me that he ate pork growing up. His conduct tell me that he ate pork, man, well into his adulthood and shit. Do he still eat pork? Because he don't know general parts of our culture. He don't. He exposes himself like Fat Joe. Somebody, somebody need to read him the manual, man. The shit that you're doing is uncouth, man. He said you got him figured out. I live behind a camera. I live behind a camera. So I'm watching people all the time. My man said them Ricans love pork. I think Jim eat pork. He said, Gully, you burn a lot of bridges. Explain to me what the fuck you saying. Don't you know that I'm a construction site myself? I've built my own bridges and shit. I came to the fork in the road and went straight. The fuck is you talking about? I had Jim Jones on my platform a long time ago, and he told them niggas that he wanted me to erase the footage because I asked a Max B question. I asked a question to know from Baltimore. He was in Bird Gang. I asked him how did he feel about the disparaging rumor comments being made about your flow by a former Bird Gang member. That's what I said. Jim went, but interview over. Jim went ballistic. He said, I noticed that you burn a lot of bridges. Man, I'm a made nigga. And just for anybody who need to know, because it's over with. Me and my niggas ran the projects like a marathon. Before all of this shit started, a motherfucking marathon. So you can imagine what type of mentality, confidence, and all of that I got. You know what I'm saying? This is for real. You know what I'm saying? It was like 1,000 cars pulling through a day and shit. We used to bum rush them fucking cars and shit, be on them shits like ants. Sometimes I would just jump on the hood, tell the smoker to pull off. Man, pull off. So, yeah, while you talking about burning bridges and shit, nigga, I edit video. I put out fire ass documentaries and shit. If an artist is in Switzerland Amsterdam, some shit like that, and he need media coverage, he ain't gonna call nobody but me. The rest of these niggas don't be getting on no international flights. Dribble Lord. That's what it say. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no holes in this shit. I got that fraternity shit for y'all ass. I'm about to ride that. I'm about to ride that fraternity shit for months. It's getting very, very interested. That was Cormega's line. He said, for years we ran the projects like a marathon. I said, y'all too, huh? Y'all too, huh? Queensbridge, same vibe, huh? Hey, yo. Al Aziz. Nah, I didn't watch the Steve Coakley joint yet. I'm going to get to it. Jimmy said his mom taught him how to tongue kiss. Leave that one alone. He said, when you gonna enlighten Zip? Bro gotta mature a little. I think what you're seeing is his brand and shit. He developed a following and an audience being him. So that's what he's selling. That's what he giving up. That's the Zip with the Drip brand. Abrasive, grown ass man. Voila. Wait until you get into their connections in regards to the drug epidemics. I'm gonna go into that further into the book. That Jamal Gasol video was fire. The slow motion dap in the music video was iconic. I did all of that. I edited all of that. I shot it, all of it. Thank you. How much is D1? Helping, or is he just talking? He works in education. Education is the tool that can cure everything. Knowledge is the foundation of everything in existence, and it's illuminated. Didn't I just tell you when a nigga speak, he just like light up the room, make me feel better and shit. That's information. We gotta stand next to that. He worked with kids. When you educate the children, you're producing better citizens. Shit, an educated motherfucker ain't gonna be no drive-by shooter and shit. He not. He's not gonna be on no spin the block shit. None of that. If he's educated and shit, he can be a little bit of everything besides the norm. You know what I'm saying? He's a teacher. Period. He ain't the only one. Wordsworth, he was on Pillmatic 1, he on Pillmatic 2. He's a teacher too. Somebody else. It's a good Real Deal, the battle rapper. He a teacher. It's somebody else. It's more. It's escaping me right now, but this is real talk. And y'all be, entertained by them performing their music, all of that shit. And they teachers. He said, Jim's definitely a hustler. He said, D Smoke was a teacher. KRS-One, the teacher. Somebody said Sadat X. For some reason, yeah, I felt Sadat for some reason. I be seeing him in Scrubs now. He work in an emergency room now. So I associated him with that, but I felt that he was in education too. The nigga look educated. Don't he look educated? He said it depends on what you teaching. Higher frequency. If I'm speaking about it, you already know what it is. Higher frequency. He said, homie from Channel Live. That's my man. Hakeem Green. D1 is positive. Jim better stop playing with the New Orleans boys. We just gotta let everybody know that it was corny. Jizza teach at an Ivory school. Salute from the Bronx. Thank you. Appreciate you. You speak on things with no emotion is what the younger guys need. I be informed like D1. So the shit that I speak, it be fluid. It don't tumble. I don't be, you know, I said I don't be, I mean I don't be stumbling and shit like that. Like it just flow. That's the truth. Great topic for today's discussion. Lupe Fiasco teaches. Who else? It's a lot of them, well into the double figures. Educators in the hip hop community. How sad the Bloods in New York look with Jimmy as the mascot. I was gonna mention Daz Effects. A lot of hip hop was developed on black college campuses, on college campuses. Period. What's my niggas? Lords of the Underground. Lords of the Underground. Shaw. Shaw University. Uh, from Newark. Do It All. Sadat X is an elementary school teacher. Puff and D Dot went to Howard. Everybody went to college. I went. I was a part of the Black Action Society. I was nominated president of Black Action Society at Slippery Rock University. I declined it because I was pumping on the campus and everybody knew it and shit, except for the mentors and shit in the Black Education department. So Leah Chapman, she was from Farrell, Pennsylvania, I believe. Farrell. I declined it. That's who I was going to run against. I told her, go ahead, you got it, get busy. I watched that Das Effects joint. Das Effects is the shit, man. After watching that documentary, Das Effects is the shit. They is. And when you think about them, you would say, damn, if you went to a Das Effects show, how many songs could they perform and shit? They got enough. They got enough. They got enough. But they would have to definitely perform Check Yourself with Ice Cube. But yeah. He said that was definitely a moment. That shit came out of nowhere. That shit was like a sonic boom. He said Outkast got their style from Daz Effects. If you watch their documentary, they start explaining some of the shit that they said when you was listening to it. You had to be of a certain age to understand what they was talking about. Them niggas was talking about like cartoons and TV shows and shit from their generation. He said they did come out of nowhere. Good morning, everybody. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. I'm in here before I go to the gym. Go to the website, get knitted. Andre 3000 dropping an album Friday. This is what we've been waiting for. Ain't this what we've been waiting for? Ain't this what we've been waiting for? We've been waiting for this. We're going to get to the bottom of this shit right now. We're going to get to the bottom of this shit right now. He said he's not rapping on it. It's a flute album. Anything except rap, huh? Anything except for that solo rap album. It ain't gonna never happen. It ain't gonna never happen. It ain't gonna never happen, y'all. He know. 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 That bar it been set so high. He said, "Man, I'm gonna just leave that shit up there." Hip hop is still alive. Hip hop is very much alive. It is. Pee Wee, I appreciate you. Are you going to come with your own strain? We've been there, man. Shout out to the Penthouse in Baltimore. Yeah, this is called a King Knit. This is more pricey and shit. These is on the some of them on the site. They going on there this morning. They're on the site right now, I believe. Let me see. He said the true life eating cereal, the champagne was classic. It never got confronted either. It didn't. He was fucking with all of them too. Like most of them. He was. Confrontations on site. Do do do. You can get the autographed book. It's on the website. Johnny Blaze said, I just got my six knit yesterday, man. You gotta post them joints, man. Hashtag knittage, PA knit. Hashtag them joints on IG and on Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Gully TV One. Keep telling y'all Twitter popping now and shit. Since it changed. I'm on Rumble also. The real Gully TV. Rumble is uncensored and shit. You go over there, you see my videos they're starting to upload over there. TheRealDribble.com. He said, what's the name of the Daz documentary? Just type in Daz Effects documentary. It just came out. Good morning, everybody. He said, I heard him with Kanye and it was so. Jimmy got the leader. You got to rephrase that. Jim need to chill out. Jim can't have his cousin jump on D1 when his cousin ain't jumped on the last 10 motherfuckers, man. This nigga always needs security and shit like that. You always calling for somebody, man. Why is you always calling for somebody? If you mean somebody some harm, why don't you just tee off on a motherfucker? Punch a motherfucker in the face, nigga. The fuck? He said Jimmy has immunity. What you jacking? I'm thinking about it. He said he can't fight. True Life was back down. You know that man was no holding them situations. I know the real behind the scenes. The homies moving silent as they should. Everybody ain't with that attention. Did they get his jewels back? Did they get his merchandise back? Did they get his merch back? Last I seen it, that shit was on Cocaine City. That's the last I see that Cocaine City. He said Jones is caught on the wiretaps talking about super violating and he's free. fuck with Jones' music. I do. You need to chill with the D1 shit, man. You fucking up the brand, man. Tripping with that dumb shit. Nobody said anything about threats. Rick Ross said what he had to say. Meek said what he had to say. You the only motherfucker talking about somebody getting assaulted. Rap niggas need to quit misleading the youth. The real gangsters want to get their dribble right. You heard? You heard? Jim need to leave the situation alone. He didn't even have to respond to it the way in the manner that he did. You know, it was presented to him. Sway had D1 on the show before. He said Gangsta Lou had Jimmy on the run for years. Jimmy, when I get up off here and shit, they all gonna be uploaded, man. I got joints for scarves and everything. This is a good time for the conscious rappers to take a stand. Have you seen D1 supporters on Instagram? He got everybody. MC Light, the real Rick Ross, of course, NBA players, actors, actors. Like, you should see his support. Sheesh. I can imagine the compensations that he didn't cut since this shit didn't popped off. Cause he keep making videos. He keep making videos over and over. He's stretching this shit. You know, Jim gotta keep it G, a 70-year-old lobby boy. That shit didn't work. Lobby boys didn't work. Fucked up making music with Mano and shit. Nobody was making music with him. That shit. That that shit was terrible. That shit was that shelf life was about how long was that video? How long was that video? 3 minutes. That shit had a 3 minute shelf life. Mm. All that promotion, lobby. That shit didn't work. Oh, shit. Niggas trying anything. Niggas trying anything. How? I like that. Hold on. How you supposed to determine how a man to responds on another man speaking on how he makes his money? We speaking on the obvious. Speaking on the obvious, right? We speaking on the obvious. You just said that the homies had to confront true life. You just said that, right? Now he just said his little cousin got to do. His cousin got more work to do. That's what we're saying here right now. You know what's coming next. He said D1 struck a nerve. He did because all of them responded with ignorance. I understand my music, my music pay my bills and shit. This is what I do for a living. I understand that. Don't nothing else need to be said after that. For real. Don't nothing else need to be said after that. This is what I do for a living. Period. He said, them kids ain't listening to no damn Jim Jones. Cut it. Why you book him just now? He said he gonna get little cuz hurt and forget about him. If you look at another man and don't see yourself, you had no knowledge of God. This might be the shift hip hop needed. We need music to support it. Niggas better get to rapping. Better get to rapping, or the ignorance gonna continue. Is D1 Check and NBA Youngboy, Little Boosie, Birdman, and all those Baton Rouge rappers. None of those people that you just mentioned was the face of prison reform. Are you lost on this situation? That's why Meek Mill was brought to the table. That's why he was confronted. That's why all of this started. He said he bought Puma sneakers and gave them away to kids. The Pumas had reform on there. He said, I supported you. But then you turn around and you talking about killing and making these songs with murder and shit in your music. What you got to say now? Rap the only genre where consciousness gets separated from all the other types of lyrical content. Consciousness should be separated from the rest. It should be at the top. The cream rises to the top. So let's say that this music is for elevated people. We got to elevate people. So that's why we having these conversations and shit. D1 sparked a wonderful conversations uh, between the ignorant and the educated and shit. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker will remain ignorant forever if you don't share some information with them. You know what I mean? They might not like you or nothing, and it might take them some time to admit what you said to them was correct. You know what I mean? They might have to grow into what D1 is on. They might have to grow into that shit. Like 6 months from now, 6 weeks from now, next year, them niggas look at that shit be like, man, some ignorant shit right there. And be embarrassed about it. And will be embarrassed about it. I promise you. I promise you. He said the streets is watching. This didn't start about Jim Jones, y'all. He said, whoever said these kids ain't listening to Jim Jones music, it didn't start about him. It started about Meek Mill. That's what it started about. Hey, Ray Soprano, suck a dick. Suck a dick, my nigga. This bitch ass nigga out my fucking chat. Clown. Fuck you and him. Fuck you and them niggas that roll with him now. If you feel offended, eat a dick. You know what I'm saying? If anybody else feel offended, eat a dick. If Jim feel offended, eat a dick. Now, how about that? Fuck out of here. Goofy ass nigga. Now come to Instagram so I can tell you to eat a dick. If that's the case, why he said Jim progressively through the same interview and conversation, Jim's name was mentioned. Jim name was mentioned. This nigga keep going on and on like I'm gonna go back and forth with him with some ignorant shit. Get your goofy dick riding ass out of here. You must be one of them niggas that's getting fed. Is you little cuz? Get to your business, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You with them or something? It's a whole bunch of motherfuckers need to be confronted. You little cuz didn't do nothing to Rod Diggs. Little cuz didn't do nothing to fucking Mendici. None of that shit. Little cuz wasn't in the fucking in the park at Rucker Park when Junior Mafia was rolling on him. They was rolling on him because everybody else ran. Everybody else ran. They was rolling on him. Little cuz didn't help, and nobody else helped him. And nobody got no get back for this shit. Did the homies do something to them? Dick Rider, the fuck out of here. What's wrong with these niggas? Like this shit ain't on. I just said that I live behind a camera and shit. I'm from the fuck. I might have a DVD around me. I might have them DVDs and shit around me somewhere. Fuck is wrong with you? Niggas can't have dialogue without talking about doing bodily harm to a nigga. Niggas don't be talking about punching no motherfucking no other. You don't talk about punching nobody else in the face. You don't talk about punching nobody else in the face. You don't. You niggas be dick riding. You niggas was dick riding that nigga Blue Boy when he was home. Big lip ass, ashy lip ass, Blue Boy, Blue. Dick. Niggas got no fucking class. I had to step to that situation by myself. I had to step, no pride, no fucking black pride, no nuts, just dick riders and retarded and shit. What the homies do about that? Disrespect to your fucking race, clown. Niggas be retarded, don't read no fucking books. That's why fraternities think they better than niggas. Niggas don't be having no fucking education. Cohesively ignorant, generationally ignorant. Whereas fraternities practice generational excellence. This is why they think they're better than every motherfucking body. I'm trying to tell you. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and be on Twitter fucking with your boy, Gully TV 1. Motherfucker, like, gonna keep pressing this shit. We here to say, based on his history, he's known for getting motherfuckers. We understand that. He sicked some niggas on me before. We understand all of this. Nigga, if you got some distaste for what somebody said, why don't you swing on a motherfucker sometime? Talking about your little cousin, trying to get your little cousin killed. Trying to get your little cousin killed. You know what I'm saying? Or have your cousin kill someone. Have your cousin incarcerated about some of your stupid shit. Chump. Now, that's the fucking issue. And it was a 13-year-old kid. He was about 13, 14 years old, selling them Dipset mixtapes on 45th, right? It was on 45th, one of them blocks. And he sent little cousin them to do something about it. And they killed the motherfucker. Didn't they? Didn't that happen? Didn't that happen? Didn't a little kid that was trying to feed himself, starving, broke, a Diplomat fan, selling mixtapes like everybody the fuck else. You didn't go flip them African niggas tables over. You body the kid. Let's talk about this shit. Go deeper than that. This is what happens when you be running to get motherfuckers to do shit. That's what happens. I know the zoo situation, but it's like I said, it started out with kids. Senseless. He said after that, Gangsta Lou made him spend a summer in Miami. I was gonna get to that part. I was. Always talking about going to get somebody. What if little cuz get a homicide? What if little cuz get a homicide because he want to be in your next video? Because he want a pair of sneakers and shit. You know, he want to butter this winter. He want a chain. You know what I'm saying? What if cuz body some fucking body? What if little cuz body some? What if little cuz body somebody? You know how we be in a rush to impress our older relatives and shit like that. You know how we are about that type shit. We'd go above and beyond. Oh, you gonna support me? He's body. Just like that. Or get himself hurt. Corny shit. Do you see how corny this shit is now? Do you see how corny this shit is? Nobody else start talking about violence but him. Is he a courier of violence? Is he a courier of violence? Is this what he do? Wherever he at, is this what he do? Violence. I identify him as a fly guy and a hustler. But if it's violence, if this is a pattern that we seeing, if this is violence, he has to be excommunicated too. We've given him a pass. You know what I'm saying? We've given him a pass. We separated him from things. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's a part of the nine-tray cancer, just even though he's a part of it, right? Gully definitely was the only person online calling out these sorry niggas dick riding Blue Boy, the killer of Larry Davis. A waste. A waste. Been in the penitentiary his whole life, killed Larry, came out here for 5 minutes, went back to the penitentiary. Probably gonna die there. You know what I'm saying? And he knew that he was gonna die there. So why not take a legendary nigga with me? Yeah, he been needed his cousin. He supposed to been called that nigga. Shook Alpo hand. You shook Alpo hand. I never, you shook Alpo hand, my nigga. Told him you respected him. You did. You told him that. Got a Ghost of Rich Porter project out that you're legendary for. But you told the nigga that shot him and dumped him in the fucking park, you got a lot of respect for him. You had your chance. You had your chance. This happened on the same day that I met Poe. He ran into you, right? I rode by y'all. Y'all standing in front of that clothing store. Y'all standing in front of that clothing store. I think y'all was shooting a video or I just got done shooting a video. Poe was right behind me because we kind of pulled off at the same time and shit. I don't know what he was driving, but he told me that he seen him. And I know he seen him because I seen him. I seen him. I said, oh my goodness, what happened? Tell me what happened. Got out and he walked up on him like he was doing all them niggas that was bad mouthing him up there. Shook his hand and shit, looked him in his eyes. I'm a killer. You got anything you want to say? Any rat, snitch? Because you called me a snitch on the Ghost of Rich Porter and shit. You got anything that I got a lot of respect for you. I know how he made you feel being up close on you, Jim. I know how he made you feel. I know you felt that energy. I don't know if he took his glasses off and shit. I don't know if he took his glasses off because he often wore shades and shit. I don't know if he took his glasses off when he shook your hand because that's how he did me. Took his glasses off and the sunlight hit his eyes. The nigga got light brown eyes and shit. And I didn't detect it wasn't like no devilish looking shit, man, but he just looked like he had some demon in him. If you want to associate the two cool, but he told me, don't cross me. That's what he told me when he was shaking my hand. He was telling me that in regards to his secrets and shit that he's told me, revealed to me and shit like that. And I never crossed him. That's why I didn't have no recordings of him. After he died, you notice everybody came out with recordings. Niggas was recording him over the phone and shit. I wasn't doing that. He said, so what Farrakhan said is irrelevant. Jim said Farrakhan's name. He had to get checked about that shit. Every time a nigga start losing an argument, they start talking about violence. Can't even have an intellectual conversation. Right on, Gully, for applying pressure. I told you that some of these niggas be retarded and shit. I spoke about that. Before all of this happened, niggas went to school and shit. Some of these niggas be retarded. Don't have no other way of acting out and shit. Niggas need to be locked up. That's probably why Jim and Mano roll together, or they got cool and shit. That's probably what it is. That's probably why they got cool and shit. They got the same type of twisted personality. Always got to put their hands on people or cause some type of violence. Like it's gonna be some shit. Maybe that's what it is and shit. No social skills and shit. They had a class for that. I said this before. Socially and emotionally disturbed. Retarded niggas can make music. There's a lot of retarded niggas make music. He said you wouldn't say that to Mano face. Man, I do all type of WWF. Hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, you bugging, man. Didn't you see a video of one of my homies trying to fight me one time? You seen the video? It's online. Didn't you see the traps on that nigga? Didn't you see he had gloves on and elbow pads? Didn't you see him? Didn't he look like Bill Goldberg? Didn't he look like Bill Goldberg? That's what it's gonna be, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Some WWF shit. Word up. Word up. Word up. He said, "What was your relationship with Poe?" I was trying to get some money. I was trying to get some money. I had the privilege, um, opportunity to no, I had a privilege to have a relationship with a guy, big dog. He a big dog, hustler from Harlem and shit. And he didn't fuck with Poe and Poe's lifestyle, or he didn't fuck with the things that Poe did, but he wanted to see me do well in media and shit. So he threw me a no look pass. You know what I mean? And that's what happened and shit. I was able to have a conversation with him in person, straight up. He said, "Why didn't he call out the white men to push the ignorance along with them? Why name only three rappers? Because ain't nobody listening to no white men. Ain't nobody listening to him. Nobody's influenced about him. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. In order to influence a nigga, number one, you better be well dressed. You better be well dressed. How about that? How about that? That's why he signaled out certain people, the people who have, who he felt based on visuals, who have influence. Yeah. So that's why ain't nobody paying no attention to nothing nobody white saying on these joints and shit. Y'all be entertaining the motherfuckers, calling them by their name, 1090 Jake and all of this shit, referencing them, talking about their videos, commenting in their videos and shit. That shit beneath all of us. That shit beneath all of us. But y'all engage in that shit. He said D1 called out the industry as well. He named them three because they just dropped a video in the middle of Harlem together. There you go. Jim Jones got kicked off stage and booed at the Million Man March anniversary. They had an incident in Pittsburgh too. Everybody know about that. That was I believe that was S Money and them niggas about something the Hell Rail did. These rap dudes are fake bullies. They act up when whoever they can get away with it, but when a killer or real threat is looming, they're humble. Leor Cohen bought hip hop in the 90s. Was good, Vader. We need to celebrate the ones that's been putting in the work before it started the trend. I think Jim probably tired of this. This I know. Whenever something happened, people tend to mention Jim Jones' name. Jim Jones is a conversation piece. I believe that people probably detect this and he probably get irritated about the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't do anything to warrant D1's attention or anything like that. Rob Lowe, I appreciate the super chat. Why is it that when people tell the truth about these lane lion parasites, the leeches who believe the lies of the parasites can't see past what they want from the like of Jim Jones or Rick Ross? I just told you, these niggas are well dressed. They're well dressed. They're highly decorated and shit, you know, adorned and shit like that. Black people are attracted to that type of shit. And will place a prestige on them. When I say shit on my Instagram page, it be niggas like instigating people in the comments, like instigating, tagging niggas to what I said and shit like that, and instigating and shit. I'm like, man, I beat him up? Why is you tagging him? Like they be doing shit like that. This should be crazy. This should be crazy. Like they think that much of. They think that much. They think that much of some of their favorite rappers and shit. He said, "I'm not gonna lie. I'm from the town, and I feel Jim Jones and Mano do take pics on who they attack. At least Ross has lyrics, but he trying to be a street cat. Everything that Rick Ross was trying to pull off, everything that he was selling, I bought it from day one. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about sound with me. I like the music and shit. But um, he profits. Again, this is how these niggas get money, yo. This is how these niggas get money. I mean, you gotta have some class in regards to it. You know what I'm saying? All money ain't good money. I just said this the other day on the Dribble podcast. Don't trust a person that'll do anything for some money. Those is bad people. Those are bad demonic people. I say it again. A person that be on some money shit, like they real cutthroat, man. They got a great way of concealing it and shit like that. But very selfish, devilish, cutthroat people. I'm telling you, they dangerous. Be cool. You can't judge and then hide your hands. I don't make death music. I got an album to my credit. It's called Pillmatic. I didn't write nothing on the motherfucker, right? Them niggas knew not to even talk like that on the album. Didn't nobody get killed on Pillmatic. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole album and shit. I ain't even have to tell them niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a way that you can get your shit off. If you nice, put words together like let up man. Like Kane said. That's it. Like niggas cutting corners, man. Like niggas think they got the ultimate ingredient and shit. He said, don't forget Rick Ross is a cop who stole somebody's identity. Next month, it's called Cream, directed by Luke Steffen. The trailer is in my on the channel and shit. Go check that shit out. Go check out the Jamal Gasol interview. Go check out my interview with Benny Franks and 704 from Chicago, the Taylor Boys, man. They up next. They up Nizex, man. Y'all just gotta give it a listen and shit. You know what I mean? Like, probably shouldn't word it like that because they've been out forever and shit, man. But the East need to hear them niggas and shit. The rest of the world need to hear them niggas. I be trying to tell y'all. Jimmy got to jump a dude with numbers. We all know this. He needs to stop threatening people and get in some leg workouts. He not built for no one-on-ones. It's all about skill and truth with elevation key. Right. He said Brucey B in the comments. Is that really Brucey B? Is that really Brucey B? That is Brucey B. Good morning to you, my nigga. Good morning to you. It's a pleasure. He said, yes, sir. Damn. Man, it be niggas imitating, people's profiles and shit like that. I might have seen a nigga in here calling himself Brucey B before. That's what's up. We gotta stop with the death music. That's it. That's all boy said and shit. He said he was disappointed by Meek Mill, by his music. He said he was disappointed by it because he gave some children his Puma sneakers. He's a consumer. That means he supported Meek Mill. That means he supported him. And he said that. He said, I supported him. I think he said he gave out 1,300 pair. I think he said he gave out 1,300 pair, man. Yeah, I think he gave 1,300 pair of the sneakers out. They said reform on there. And they never even thanked him and shit. If the nigga would have said, if the nigga would have got on a platform and told somebody he bought 1,300 pair for me, we would have had a conversation, man. I'd call the nigga personally. You bought 1,300 of the motherfuckers, man? We'd had to rap. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. How are you at odds? Like, he was just asking about he was just inquiring about the product that he bought. That's it. Johnny, good morning. Gully TV 1 on Twitter. LEP was real nice. I liked them. He said, I ain't heard one lie yet. You ain't gonna hear him here. You ain't gonna hear no sugarcoating here either. Shit. Jim Jones and Rick Ross, they in a similar position musically because we like them. We like them. Niggas put out dope music. Niggas put out good music. We like the fly shit too. We do. We do. We do. We like the shit. We like it. But gotta be cool, man. Out of everybody, out of all the conflicts you've been involved in, you want to punch, you want to sick your little cousin on an activist. Ain't that corny, everybody? About to get up out of here. I believe I established my point. Ain't that corny? Out of everybody, out of all these confrontations that you have, you want to sick your little cousin on a nigga that gave out 1,300 pair of Pumas. What White Slice is possible. I haven't pursued it. I used to talk to him on the phone and shit. Hella corny. Cloud offended. Corny. Ain't that corny? Corny. Exactly. Super chatters. Y'all did y'all thing. I appreciate y'all. Go to the website. Knittage. Go get Knittage. Underground MCs. Get down with me. Get down with me. You feel me? See all these killers and shit. Get down with me. You need that marketing and promotion. Underground. Shout out to the opioid. Underground MCs. Get down with me. You feel me? I am the real Gully TV. Finish what you started, y'all. Good morning. Peace.